Hi and welcome to another video by Jimthecarguy. Today we're going to be dealing with an issue with the tire pressure monitoring system. What's very common is when you leave your valve cap off of your sensor, and it's the aluminum type sensor, the valve stem gets rusted inside or corroded, oxidized inside the sensor, inside the valve itself. I'm going to show you what happens and how they break, and then how we're going to go about resolving the issue. There's two different ways you can do it. One, you can remove the valve stem, drill it out, and replace just the insert portion of it, which you'll see I have another video, which I will put in my description, how you can change just the valve itself. Or you can do it the way I'm going to do it here today on this particular vehicle, is I'm going to replace the entire sensor with a new one. The system I have is it's going to be an aftermarket sensor, and what I'm basically going to do is I'm going to take the old sensor out of the rim. I'm going to copy the exact frequency of the old sensor, and I'm going to put that frequency into a new sensor, so this truck will pick it up as just the same valve that came out of the vehicle itself, so there's no additional programming with the truck itself. So let me show you what happens, and then we're going to get started. I'm going to show you how to get it done. So, all right, let me show you what happened first. This is the issue right here. You can see that the valve itself has broken off right down inside here because the valve cap wasn't on. Water got in there, oxidized, and just was unable to get it out. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this sensor now out of the rim, and then I'm going to show you how to proceed to copy the sensor itself. The sensor itself is I think it's a 12 millimeter. So we just take that nut, loosen the nut on this thing here, and we're going to take the sensor out of the rim. Okay. Now, I'll show you what we're going to do with this. You know what? Let's go over by the workbench, and I'll show you by the workbench how we're going to program this. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to scan the sensor to find out what it is. So first thing you do is you turn your machine on. Now I already inputted the information on this one here. The vehicle selected is a 2000 Nissan. It's an NV200. So we're going to enter that right now, and it's between a 13 and a 15. And now we're going to scan the sensor. We hold the sensor right here and scan it. And that tells me what sensor I'm going to need. It's 315. So now we just grab our sensor. This is our new sensor. You'll see it says on here 315, so that's the one we need. A new sensor. All right, put it in here like this. And now we're going to hit program, which you see is that arrow right there. Okay, so it's successfully programmed. This is the sensor ID. We're just going to write that down for 1 second. Let me get a piece of paper. Okay, need my glasses to see this. All right, so we're going to write down that sensor number. I don't know if you can see it there. It's 154,64966. Okay, so now we have that program censored. The sensor is programmed, so we're going to go back. Just going to take this out of here. We're going to scan this sensor one more time. We're going to scan it. All right, and as you can see, we actually cloned the sensor, 154.64966. So we actually cloned the new sensor to be exactly as the old sensor. So now what we're going to do is this, obviously, we're going to throw it away. We're going to take this one and put this in the rim, and then we're going to mount it up on a vehicle. What I like about the replacement sensors is, as you can see, you can't change just the sensor here. You need to change the entire assembly. This comes as one complete assembly with the seal on it, with everything. So, all right, let's put it back in the rim, and we're going to continue. So for now, we're done with this here, so we're going to turn this off. And we'll put this away. All right, let's put this in the rim, and we're going to continue. Okay, now one thing I did forget to tell you is I am changing the rim because the rim itself actually had a bend in it. So we're going to do this just like we do any other sensor. We're going to take it off. The little collars that come with it. We're going to put our sensor through the rim like this, and we're going to put our two sealing washers back on here. And then we just screw this on by hand for now. Now there is a torque specs to put this on. I couldn't find one on this particular vehicle on the computer, so I'm just going to go and get a different socket. Okay, so now you see I'm using a 3/8 ratchet, but I'm only using the short, very short, because I don't want to take a chance on breaking it. And that's it, we're all set. All right, let's mount the tire up, and we're going to continue with it. Okay. Now with any tire, when you're mounting it, you want to make sure you lube it, of course. So we're just going to lube it up a little bit. You want to make absolutely sure that you're not going to damage the new valve that you just installed. And the way you're going to do that now is you put the rim on, you put the tire on. Now the last section to pop down, you see right here, this is the valve right here. The last piece to pop in is going to be that valve so that the tire does not hit it. I can't tell you how many times I've seen people come in and that sensor is broken because somebody just mounted tires and made a mistake. All right, now we're going to turn it until we get the valve away from here. Last piece to go on, remember, it's going to be that valve right there, right? So that way the valve never comes in contact with that, with the tire itself. Let's get some air in it. Now this particular tire does call for 44 pounds. So cover your ears, this is going to pop up in just a minute. Now you're just going to bring it up to 44 and then we're done. Okay, and we just put our cap back on, which you remember, that's why the sensor went bad, is because somebody left that cap off. So, all right, let's balance the tire, and then we're going to continue. Okay, so now we have the valve back in the tire is mounted back on the vehicle. The computer in the truck will recognize that new sensor we just put in as being the original sensor. So there's no sense in, you don't have to go around and have to teach each one of the sensors to be recognized by the computer. The computer already recognizes that sensor as belonging to this vehicle. So, all right, enough talking. Let's get in the truck. Let's take it for a ride. And we're going to get that tire light to go off. And that's it. We'll be all set. So come on, let's take a ride. All right, let's take it for a ride. Make sure that light goes out. And we'll be all set. Usually within in a block, or not even a block, within a half a block, a couple of 100 feet, it usually the light will turn off already. So you saw those people walking behind me there. That's the problem with being on the main street and people walking by all the time. Okay. I can see already the light's already gone out. All right, so what happens is, well, we're just going to shoot around the block. Anyway, the light's out already, so what happened is the computer has already recognized the new sensor that we put in as being the original, the OEM sensor. The frequency or the ID is already learned by the computer, so it just picked it up as being the normal sensor that was always there. All right, so if you have any questions, any comments, you need any advice, you need to know anything about this equipment, send me an email. I'll be more than happy to talk to everybody about anything. All right, that's it. You're all set then. All right, so everything is all reprogrammed. The thing that I like about this kit here is because with this kit, you don't have to worry about teaching the computer in the vehicle to recognize the frequency of this of the new sensor you put in. By having this kit here, you'll actually put this frequency and all the ID into the new sensor, which from this kit comes blank, so there is no ID, and it works pretty well. All right, so any questions or comments, or you need any advice on anything, send me an email. I'll be more than happy to talk to anybody about anything. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.